Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Sunday, May 2nd at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I am live. Alrighty. Looking forward to getting my coloring on today. Hey Stace, welcome. And yes, I can see that. Hello! Hi, Giz. Hi, sweetie. Come here. Yeah. Alrighty. I hope we don't have the same problems we had last night. Okie dokie dokie. Hey, Lila. Hello. My YouTube peeps are really going to wonder what's going on because they don't see the comments. It's just the way now everybody greets me, guys, on YouTube. So good to see to everybody. Oh, okay. I am so ready to color. I'll tell you. You just reach that point where you really want to color. I want to color. I don't want anybody in my way. Hello, Wanda. Yeah, when I post in YouTube, I always say this video from my Facebook Live. So yeah. Yeah, Stacy, I love what you're doing in Circle of Life. Love it, love it, love it. There is a bug floating in my water. Hey, sweetie, come here. Gazelle. Kissy. Yeah, she meows for attention, and then I reach for her, and she steps away. You know cats, it's always on their term. Okay. Oh, Wanda, praying for you guys. I saw a little ha-ha about tornadoes. Actually, I don't know if they were meaning it as a joke or what, but they said put a hot dog in your pocket so the rescue dogs can find you. I hope that was meant to be a joke. Oh, I hope we don't run into that again. I have no control over that flickering. Thank you, Facebook. Well, that's sucky that is flickering like that. Whenever that happens, I turn off my lights, all my lights, and turn them back on to make sure it's not me. It's not me. past this. Hey, Pearl. Okay. Yeah, I know it's flickering. That's not me. I've tested my lights. Okay. So, calendar. Dawn's contest is ending tonight, guys. At 12 midnight. So make sure you get your entries in, please. Helen Elliston will be here Thursday, May 6th. Yay! So that'll be fun. Poor Helen, she had that little tumble down the hill. Then we have the rose contest and the face contest ending Sunday, May 16th. Make sure you get your entries in, guys. And then the biggie contest, well, they're all important contests. The hearts contest ends Sunday, May 23rd. At 12 midnight Central Standard Time. The gift is, or the prize is the $100 gift certificate. But you have to live within, it's international, which is good. Sometimes the contests are, sometimes they aren't. $100 gift certificate, international people can enter, but you have to be within an Amazon service area. Oh, yeah. Pearl, when you fall, it does. It happens very quickly. Okay. So, I have a little puzzle for you guys. I want you to tell me what African Glamour, Creative Haven Best Dressed Pets, and Creative Cats have in common. Da-da-dum. Anyone care to take a guess at that? Okay, Maddie says same illustrator. You know, you guys know I like to do this. Can someone name who they are? All creative. Very good. Yep, all made by Creative Haven. Can somebody tell me who the illustrator is, who the artist is? Oh, these aren't Happy Mail. I've had these, but good guess. I love these books, by the way. Oh, no. Well, if you can listen, that would be great. So sorry, Wanda. Marjorie Sarnat. That's right. So what would you guys say if I told you, so why do you think I'm bringing that up? Marjorie, Marjorie Sarnat. So why do you think, guys, I'm bringing this up? Hint, hint, hint. I love this book. Ooh. There you go. Lila and Maddie are on this. There you go. Oop, let me zoom out. So not with us tonight, but we are coordinating a date. Yay! So that's my da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da announcement. Yeah, isn't that weird? The flickering stopped. I don't get it. Wanda, the flickering stopped. You can look at the screen again. So she and I are talking. We're figuring it all out. So I thought you guys would be excited, and I know you'll give her a warm welcome. So that's my new announcement. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, so let me tuck these away. Tucking, 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 tucking my books away. Okay, so next book I want to talk about. Yes, good. You've colored lots of well-dressed pets. Oh, good. So Maddie, how come you're not posting them? Sound check, guys. So here is Splashy Art 4. I have 2, 3, and 4. This is by the Kimberly Hawthorne. I showed a funny little book title a couple days ago and you can't remember it. Okay, don't know, Lila. Oh, you did post them. You will repost. Okay, we can do that. Hello, Jean. Oh my gosh, good to see you. It's been a while, sweets. We've been missing you. Okay, so let me show you this real quick. We've had such an flux of books. I normally don't, start every broadcast with a book, but we've had an influx of books. And this is because of Helen Elliston. Thank you, Helen. I feel like I should draw an eye with a bruise on it. Oh my gosh. Poor Helen. All right, let me get you. Oh, you're moving to Texas in August. So look how fun this picture is. I'll go through this real promptly. Cute. I'm going to show you a variation of this that I'm working on. And you can see how dramatic these are. Hi, Helen. We were just talking about you. We're going to call you Pirate for a while. Helen, I was just telling the group this is one of the books I was able to get with your generous donation. I love this little squirrel. I think this basketball player was in another one, I'm not sure, but it's still cool. So your half is watching. Half of Helen is watching this. Here's another beetle. Anybody remember the punch bug name? You know, you'd see a Volkswagen and you go, punch bug. Da-da. Oh, Helen, I'm not worried about it at all. About you coming on camera. Yeah, punch bug in the arm. Helen, I'm not worried about you coming on camera at all. Aren't these beautiful, guys? I just see so many opportunities with the chalks or colored pencils. What have we got here? Okay. I honestly don't know. Oh, it's just paint splotches, I believe. Yeah, I know. Sometimes people really punched on that. Look at the kitty. Poor Helen. We saw her bum the one time she was on, the other time she was on camera. Now we're going to see her with her eye. I think it'll be a lot better by then, Helen. It really will. She is. Helen is a pretty lady, isn't she? Charlie Chaplin. I forgot what kind of breed dog this is. Yeah, I know you, Helen. You'll be doing makeup. I think you should just come on as it looks. Oh, cute little girl. Pomeranian, that's it. Thanks, Helen. Absolutely beautiful. Papillon. Oh, Papillon. Oh, thanks, Christy. Papillon. So these will be cool to color, guys, whatever medium you use. I showed you this firefighter. Oh my gosh, super, super dramatic with this one. I can come on, ILene, like nice hands. Well, thank you. So again, guys, quick flip through. Oh, we got blurry. So I hope that this is giving you guys some ideas. Look at this horse. I'm telling you, we got to get Ruth back in here because she can see these horses. And this lion, I showed you this lion the other day. Imagine what we can do with those eyes. Yeah, Maddie, I'm surprised you haven't tackled a Ruth Sanderson grayscale. So again, guys, just showing you this book real quick to give you some ideas. And when you're in the mood to do something bold and dramatic, this would be the book for it. Time, need more time. I can't decide. Yeah, tomato. Tomato, tomato. Grapefruit. Or maybe a cut. Yeah, the movement on these pictures is what makes it great. And I will be coloring in Circle of Life tonight. Look at that bird. Ah. And again, guys, if even if you're not going to color this or get the book, look at the pictures. This would be cool to do. You know, I was doing that Northern Lights with my Indian couple. See how you can do that one up? Really pretty stuff. Bold, bold book. There's a really good one showing movement. And if you're not sure how to color something like this, start on the uniform and work out from there. Oopsie, skipped one. Now, for that matter, and think of this, is you could go ahead and color up the flowers and leave the bulk of this uncolored. That would be pretty in itself. So maybe the flowers, the lips. So yeah, the affiliate, I posted the book in my group. And like I said, the affiliate link is there if you're interested in this. And then there's the color test page. Oh, the violin and the parrot are your favorites? Yeah. So there's the violin. And then that parrot is just outstanding. There we go. There's the parrot. Okay, there you go. That is now in our library, thanks to Helen. Alrighty. So something I was working on last night, just for giggles and laughs, is this is from Fantasy and Fairy Tales Characters. And this is a tribute to Mother's Day. So I just thought I would do that while I was uploading the video. Alrighty. Oh, and by the way, I went ahead and I ordered this in the line art version, and I will be doing a side-by-side so that you can see the difference between the two as we work on them. So that will make a pretty cool tutorial. All right. Circle of Life. I'm blown away by how much you guys have been going nuts over this book. Beautiful, beautiful book. I'm glad you guys like it. So Stacy is working on, let's see if I can find it. This will be so much fun to do. Stacy posted what she's working on out of this. Which I'm not finding real quick. That's all right. You saw what she posted. Oh, there we go. This is what Stace is working on. And she went through and she highlighted the black inside the flower ball. Please tell me that was you, Stace. One of you did. And so that looks really cool with getting in there and doing those blacks and then doing the rest of the slug. So fun with that. Really nice job when you did that, Stace. I thought that was you. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, Maddie said she's doing the name page plays. Name page. Yeah, I bought this one for the group. I really loved it. Okay. So let's get our coloring on. Oh, I'm so glad that you have been having fun with that, Stacy. Glad to have you back coloring. Zoom in. So we've got lots of fun with this one. Doing the 4 seasons. So there's the winter one that I played with that chunky glitter. Here's the autumn one. Showed you how to add extra leaves. Here's spring. And I'm going to pop into summer. Summertime and the living is easy. I better be careful. I'm going to drive people away with my singing. Alrighty. Zoom in. So the way I'm going to highlight this little guy is I'm going to go ahead and just work around those trees. Oh, there we go. We're going to change up a little bit. So grab your books, ladies and gentlemen, if Dan is here. Dan says he listens while he colors, or not colors, but draws. You keep drawing, Dan. Now, these things that I'm doing, it's nothing spectacular. But the neat thing about doing this is it's going to get you comfortable with your black pens. Yeah, Daniel's new book is going to be so fun. And he's got, actually, he said that that one's done. And he's got 2 more now that he's working on. Daniel is a very prolific artist. He will be fun to watch. And you guys are in on the ground floor of that because he's unpublished. Now, when you're tracing something like this, if you want to embellish it a little bit, which is what I'm doing, go ahead and do that. And by embellish, I mean, you know, darken the line a little bit more, make a little extra squiggly. We want Daniel's book. We want Daniel's book. We want Daniel's book. I think that's all I'm going to darken on this one. We'll see. Although I might do the sailboat. Zoom in. So I'm picking those elements that I want to pop out. So I'm carefully going to do that sailboat just to emphasize it a little bit. Nothing exotic. Zoom out. Zoom out. What's the question, Lila? I missed it. Oh, what is Daniel's book titled? Have no idea, Helen. Okay, now I'm going to take my little drawing pencil. It's a surprise. And I'm going to pop in a little bit of extra cloud. We'll see how that looks. Let's see how we're... Okay. And you just want to do those in pencil. Very light pencil to make sure that you're happy with it. You can make corrections. And for those of you that are having problems drawing your clouds, just watch how I'm doing it. I mean, I'm just wiggling my hand while the page is on my, the pencil is on my paper. Maybe that's what the book should be called. It's a surprise. That'll be the title. Now, remember on this one how I'm going ahead and intermingling the seasons. By the way, welcome to everybody that's in on the observation deck, our balcony, watching. Feel free to drop down if you have a question or comment. Zoom out. There you go. Lila said she drew clouds freehand for the first time on her animal pictures. I have a cloud template as well. And if your cloud doesn't look like what you want, erase it and do it again. You'll get there. But you gotta try. Okay. So I'm gonna ink that up. I like it. Da, 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 da. Zoom in. And when you first ink your clouds, they're going to look funny because you've got that pencil underneath it. I don't remember if Helen showed how to do clouds or not in her book. Now notice that I'm drawing this cloud through where the little leaf is. I'm doing that on purpose. I'm overlapping. Because I want these seasons to mingle. And I have to be sure to let these silly clouds dry before I erase. Every once in a while, I don't wait long enough. And then I make a mess. Now, clouds are optional, obviously. If you don't feel comfortable drawing them in your book, don't. So Helen, I've got a question for you. How's the vision out of your eye? Zoom out. Zoom out. There you go. So I'm going to, let's see, spring, summer, okay. Get going on my little river here. Cry me a river. Oh, Wanda, wonderful, thank you. Were you able to reference our group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick? That's super. Thank you so much for doing that and promoting. So let's go ahead and get our stream going here. Wanda, can you post that link for that PDF for the book? So remember, I started my blue, zoom in. Jean, I'm so glad to see you again. It has been such a long time. How's Marilyn doing? You guys have been MIA too long. Now, just like the other segment, I'm going to run that river right into my gears. My gears, I'd gone ahead and done the gray shadow. Oh, it's outside of Facebook. Whoa, okay. Well, thank you, Helen. Ah, you've been taking care of your sister-in-law. Well, thank you for posting that, Wanda. That's great. What did I do? Did I misspeak? Jean, how is your sister-in-law doing? Okay, so I'm going ahead and adding my blue. And remember, guys, when you get stuck in an area, and then I'm going to get my next blue here, so I'm going to go with a really dark blue. Yeah, Wanda, will you go ahead and message me with that link? Zoom in. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm going ahead and using another shade of blue, a darker shade. So we can go ahead and get some really neat look on that water. Remember, dimension, 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 right? And again, I'm taking that blue right into the gray. Everybody see how using the different blends of the blue? Do not use single colors on areas, guys. Use at least two. No more flat coloring. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca Jones. Yep. Zoom out. Okay. Summertime. Now, if you want to carry a little bit of consistency on the mountains, this is a choice up to you. Let me look at something here. We can peak it with a little bit of snow, which I actually did on these other ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a very narrow pen and I'm going to put just a little bit, not a lot, of snow cap on here. With the thought being that if this is summertime, that snow cap has melted. And I want you to think about things like that. It's these little details that make this stuff fun. And adding that snow cap, like I said, brings in that consistency between, whoops, your other pieces. Cohesiveness all the way around. Now don't add a lot of snow cap because that would look, well, no, it would not look silly. So let me backtrack. I would recommend that you not add a lot of snow cap. And now that my ink is dried, I'm going to go ahead and erase my lines. And now these clouds will look better. Simple, simple adjustments. Good night, Katie. So see what 2 seconds of drawing does on your page and how cool that looks. And again, if you're not comfortable, if you're not comfortable adding the clouds, then by no means, of course, don't. Or by all means, don't. Zoom in. Now, I noticed too is that these little sun dashes seem to have been cut off. So I'll go ahead and add that in as well. You can draw a dashed line. And play with it. How to overlay a signature over coloring pages. There are watermark apps that you can get that will do that. Now by signature, I hope you don't mean literally your signature, because obviously you don't want that to be public, Wanda. Okay, so let's carry our dashed lines through. Zoom out. You see pictures with what, Wanda? The watermark. I'm just saying, whatever watermark you choose, just don't use your actual signature that you use on legal documents. Create a signature for that, for your watermark. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our mountains done. Now, let me think about this for a minute. I'm going to change something here. We're going to go ahead and color in our mountains green with maybe a little bit of brown at the bottom, because this is our summer. How pretty is that? Now, there's a method to my madness here, as you guys already know. So there's my green for my mountains. Still want to come in with a little bit of darker green. Hold tight, guys. There we go. Okay, so you know that I'm all about this dimension deal. Let me find the right green. There we go. Finally found it. Zoom in. All right. So this is my dark green now. And I'm going to go ahead and shade my edges. And guys, do me a favor. Will you please share this broadcast to your Facebook page, please? Share, share, share. Now notice too that I'm letting my dark green be a little streaky. Because we want to go ahead and emulate our grass. No problem, Stace. Enjoy yourself. I'm kind of zoning too. And I'm the narrator. Zoom out. Okay, we've got a really great summer scene going here. Lots of green grass on the mountains. Again, I'm allowing that to streak. And I'm going to have that same green spill down into the grass at the base. So it's pretty straightforward here. Now, this last green that I'm using is the green that I was using on top of the mountains. And the color looks different because I'm putting it on white and not on that green, previous green that I had on the mountains. And again, I'm running that green right into my previous gray around my gears. Now, right now it's looking a little yucky because we've got a lot of green, but just bear with me, guys. All right. But wait, there's more. So now I'm going to grab my black. What is the number of my green pencil? One of them was the Brett Funner 053. Then I had an Arteza Expert 093. Pearl, if you pull a light, medium, and dark, you'll be just fine. Okay, now I'm going to use my black. Zoom in. You're welcome, Pearl. Zoom in. Zoom in. And right at the juncture where my green grass comes in contact with my mountains, I'm going to shade that a little bit with my black. And I'm also going to run my black up the lines of the individual mountains. Everybody see that? So I'm using my black to shade around the green of my grass. And on my edges. Everybody see now how that's making these mountains pop? So yep, we got lots of green. But with the shading now, that's really distinguishing my mountains. Yep, mountain rock sticking out of the grass. Zoom out. Look at that, guys. Isn't that cool? And now I'm using a slightly lighter green on my grass, on the dashed lines, just to break up that base color a little bit. And you'll start to see that on your screen. How cool is that? All right, let's get these flowers poking up a little bit now. Zoom in. So I'm going to use markers because we need to get these little puppies to show up. Now, no matter what we do, we've got a couple flowers that have these green stems. I'm not too worried about losing them in the grass. Zoom in. Let's see if you can see this. So I'm going to use a more vivid green on them. We'll see if we can get those to show. And then this brighter green here where I've got some of these sticking up, I'll go ahead and catch those. And that way we've got a contrast, such as it is. Okay, zoom out. Now right now it looks kind of like a muddy mess with all this green, but trust me, it's going to work. Let me grab some water. So I'm going to use 2 shades of yellow on that sun. And I'm going to break my point. So I'm going to use my duller yellow. In other words, it's not my bright yellow. On my streaks. And remember, I added some of these streaks. Notice that I'm not coloring. Yeah, oh snap. Notice that I'm not coloring in between the rays at the moment. And now I'm going to take a goldish orange. Let's see, this is my Brett Funner 016. It's not my bright yellow, but I'm going to go ahead and mingle that in now between my rays. So we're getting lots of dimension on this. You don't want to use one yellow. Now don't go too orange if you're following along with this. The first yellow was more of a canary yellow. The second yellow is more of a goldish, gold orange, gold yellow. I'll get there in a minute. Now you have the choice here of blending this or leaving it a little bit streaky. Zoom out. So we've got spring and the summer now that's merging together. And this yellow here is a different yellow. So all this is going to make sense now as it comes together. How neat is that? Okay. Now I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Remember I told you I would get back to this yellow here. And on this yellow here, I'm going to add, oh, my pencil is doing wonky stuff here. Some orange overlay. Now, I'm doing that because this is the spring. And if you notice all my flowers here, zoom in, zoom in. I've got a lot of oranges and reds here. And my sun is orange-ish. And if you think about spring, Mother Nature is throwing off the decay from the fall and the winter. So we still have a little bit of that left. By the way, I want to share a little story with you. I took this as such a big compliment. But because of my style of broadcasting and how comfortable people tend to feel when they come in here, somebody told me the other day that I was starting to be like the Bob Ross of adult coloring. Oh my gosh, that so touched me. Zoom out. I wasn't really going to say anything about that, but you guys know that I like people can come and relax. No pressure, no drama, and we have fun. So what's my nickname now, Bobby? But no, they said I'm coming across as the Bob Ross of adult coloring. So that's cool. You guys know I work hard to keep our group fun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and blend this a little bit and smooth this out. Yeah, as long as I don't put you guys to sleep. Look at that, guys. Look at that. All right. So now I'm going to take a little bit of blue and I'm going to go around the outside of my clouds. So we'll get a little bit of blue in there. Well, I got to tell you guys, when I heard that about being the Bob Ross of adult coloring, I was just so humbled over that. Okay. Now, I know this is going to look a little weird, but I'm going to take my black pen because I want that contrast. Zoom in. Zoom in. And I'm going to go ahead and darken up the shoreline. And then I'm going to sing, sing, sing. Well, that's good, Julie. I'm glad that it helps you forget bad stuff. I told you I don't watch the news. Do not watch the news, guys. You know, why? Well, the good news is if you get sleepy during my broadcast, there's always the replay. Zoom in. I'm sorry, that's it. Zoom in. So we'll go ahead and shoot a little purple on that sail. Zoom out. The only thing that I am watching with a grain of salt is the COVID issue. And just to see where we are with that. But even to be informed a few times a week, why? We really can't do anything about it at all. Zoom out. To support audits. I'm sorry, Maddie, I don't know what that means. Okay, now I want you guys to notice something. Zoom out. First of all, I haven't touched these trees yet. Let me grab some water here. Yeah, and that's exactly right, Rebecca. In fact, the Chinese students, some of them wonder why we even watch our news because, I mean, the Chinese know that their news is corrupt, so they don't watch it. But they can't understand why Americans have such a fixation on news here. Okay, I want you guys to notice something. So now the way this is colored, we've got the bulk of this yellow over these two seasons because I have expanded out the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a very light gray. Good night, Jean. So glad you could join us. Okay, what are you saying, Pearl? Anyone watching, have you ever tried to move the color page to point something, tell her to fix something? Oh my gosh, I am bad. I don't understand what you're asking, Pearl. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking a very light gray and I'm using the side of my pencil and I'm going to mingle my colors here. Because we need to balance out now what's going on with this entire piece. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we forgot we were pointing to a screen, or we try to move your screen. Yeah, I got it. I got you. Trying to move the page to point to show you something needs fixing. We can't move the page. Yeah, I got it. Why, does something need fixing? You guys are so eagle eye sometimes. You catch these teeny tiny details. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this gray into the yellow just a little bit because I want to merge this. Yeah, Lila says she's tried to shoo my bugs away. Yeah, just don't kill my bugs. Little pesky things. That's right, Stacy, because we are really right here with me. And isn't that neat? Well, Stacy, that's what I'm all about. Okay. So now we've got a better balance here. And that's the one little caveat that we have in doing this way and extending out the skies and stuff, is that we really don't have a bright yellow on these sides. So we have a delineation, between the seasons. And that's fine. But I'm going to show you how to bring that together. Excuse me for coughing in your ear. Yeah, these, and Lila, they do. The yellows are similar. Okay, so now I'm going to put a little gray inside of these arrows. And I'm going to do this on all 4 of them. Good night, Miss Rebecca. Good night, Rebecca. Good night, Rebecca. Good night, Rebecca. So glad to see you here. Okay. So now I want to go ahead and create a cohesiveness now between our segments. And there's 2 things that are going to happen that'll do that. Doing the gold, which I probably will not do on camera. I will do the watch face though. Now be aware when you change up things, like in this case, adding, you know, the seasons out to the very edge, for example. Zoom in. Is I'm going to create a cohesiveness by coloring in my arrows to be the jet black with my pen. And you'll see now how doing that is really going to help. Yeah, I really like that moniker, the Bob Ross of adult coloring. Too bad I legally can't use it. Okay, notice now how that is pulling everything together. And I'm going to go back to my summer sky, and I'm going to add a little bit of blue to it. I'm going to hold off on that actually. I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to hype up the blue on my clouds. because I had left those temporarily with just the light blue on it. And now I'm coming back now and emphasizing my darker color. And be sure when you do that you get a really good blend. What's your question, Rhonda? Oh, okay. Pearl thought you had a question. And again, I haven't touched the trees yet. Zoom out. And I'm going to play with something here. I think we need to change something. Give me a moment while I look something up here. A exactly. That's a good representation of that. A thunderstorm coming up over that mountain. Okay, so when you extend your backgrounds like I did, you're going to end up with something mingling. And if that mingle is too severe, then what you need to do is find a way to zoom in, to break up anything that's looking a little wonky. So the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to put a divider in between my sections. Using this stencil. And that way we're going to have a clear delineation of what's going on with each season. Now I've got so much pencil here, and I'm using my pen for the moment just to get that outline down. Zoom in. And this will make sense in a minute. Because if we don't close this off, it's just not going to look right. It really isn't. Let's see what we got here. Now, when you find that you have to do something like this, my initial thought was to leave it open. But it's just one of those things that it wasn't going to work. So we'll go ahead and separate this. I'm going to go back over that with a marker. And it's going to be devastating. Well, it's hard on my pen because of the wax, but that's okay. I'm just outlining this right now. Yeah, I'm going to use a Sharpie. I'm just using my pen to place my ink. I knew it wouldn't come out solid. Zoom out. Zoom out. Much better. So let's go ahead and get this little puppy darkened in. zoom in. Yeah, exactly. And on this side here, I've got just the introductory page, so I'm not worried about it. And the other thing is I've got so much wax buildup, we'll see what happens with it. Look at that. How cool is that? And see, it didn't come through because I've got so much pencil on here. But you can't always assume that. Now, I'm going to show you something else. Do you see how we've got the same pattern right here at the bottom? So I'm going to go ahead and extend that. And bring that right up to the arrow. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Zoom in. So now I'm freehanding this. To get that little extra braided look. Cool beans. So I started with a pen, a stencil, and I'm finishing it up with a marker. And see how, guys, this line here, I'm just going to extend that now with my marker. Bring it out, curve it back in. Bring it out, curve it back in. Everybody see how I'm doing that? I'm just making squiggly lines. You can do that too. And if you're not sure, practice it on a piece of paper. Or you can also use the stencil on the lower portion to expand the lines. man, how cool is this looking now? So now I've got a really neat spiral pattern. Going up on my piece. Zoom out. Zoom out. Look at that. Now, I didn't do anything with that center line down this, but oh my gosh, guys, look how that chain pattern just fits all the way up. Okay. And all I'm doing now is zoom in, and all I'm doing now is just coloring in that center post. That the artist had put in. How cool is that? Zoom out. And I didn't have any of that black come through. This stuff on the back is just from my counter. Let me see, make sure that I'm right about that. Just be careful of the back side of your colorings, guys. Does that not look terrific? Okay, so just for variety, I think I'm going to switch off to another piece. I've just got little touch-up stuff here. Let me clean the face of this timepiece. Let me think about this. I'm not sure what I want to do this timepiece in. Yeah, I really do need to take care of those trees, don't I? Yeah. If I don't do those trees, they're going to be bugging everybody. Okay, so let me show you a little trick. Zoom in. Zoom in. I'm going to put in a base color of gray, very light gray. This will make sense in a minute. But wait, there's more. So I've got my nice light gray here, base color. And remember how I went around that with the black at the beginning of this whole shebang here? So the trees are really going to show up now. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some green on there. This happens to be in green. And I'm going to make it a point to not cover all of that gray. And the reason I'm doing it that way is because we've got so much green here. I don't want to lose it. But as soon as I put in the bark of the tree, that will help as well. And then I'm going to put in my bark. Good night, Miss Lila. Good night, good night. I happen to be using an alcohol marker because that'll give me a really good green. And I'm going to bring that brown up just a little bit into the tree, otherwise it's going to look wonky. So don't forget to do that. There we go. Zoom out. Okay. So that center timepiece, puzzle on that just a little bit. Hey Amy, hi. I didn't see you slip in here. Good to see you, sweets. Good night, Miss Stephanie. So I'm going to play with the center of this watch a little bit. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I've got an aqua blue here. It's actually a master color 7709. And you'll see where I'm going with this in a minute. Good night, Amy. Nice work on all your pieces you're doing. So I want a delicate color on the watch face here. Look how pretty that looks, guys. Oh my gosh. And now I'm going to take my Ohuhu marker and I'm popping in a darker shade of what I just used. Look how delicate that's going to look. Zoom in. Let's see if you can see that. Beautiful, guys. So here's an example where you have a lighter color of the darker background, and it keeps everything real simple and elegant looking. Everybody see how that's turning out? And I hope you can see how beautiful this is looking. Again, I'm just using a lighter version of my background color. Take your time. It's very well worth it. Zoom out. Here we go. And now I'm going to use a soft blue on this rim here. Zoom in. Look how beautiful that looks, guys. And then I'm going to grab a darker blue. And go around my rim. And do you see that, how that's now starting to look dimensional? Wanda, which chalk pastels are you using? I've never ever had that problem. Can you guys see this dimension popping up? And you're spraying with Krylon, right? You don't like the chalk pastel when you spray the page, says Julie. Are you letting the Krylon dry long enough? I've been putting the Krylon on before the chalk. Try that, Wanda. I have never had any problem with the chalk breaking up. Good night, Melba. I've never had any problem using the sponge applicator and the Faber-Castell. Oh, Gesundheit, Vicky. Zoom out. Well, sometimes that'll happen with chalk, Wanda, that you do need to apply several layers. It just depends on the intensity. I'm just surprised though, because I've never had an intensity issue. Try your Krylon first and let it dry, and then see what happens with your chalks. Okay, everybody see now how that center watch is popping up. When I did my piece, with my punk girl or dancing girl, I sprayed it first. Well, that's too bad you're giving up on your chalks, Wanda. I'll take them if you don't want them. If you want to give them to the group, maybe we can work something out with postage. Okay, everybody see how this timepiece is coming up. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Wanda. Okay, everybody see how cool that timepiece is looking now. Now, in keeping this really simple, I may go ahead and add some slight blue. Yeah, it could be a paper issue as well, Wanda. But I've just never had any problems like that with my chalks. So I'm going to throw just a little bit of blue. Actually, I'm not going to use that in blue. Changed my mind. Well, before you give up on your chalks, Wanda, try spraying it with the Krylon, let it dry properly, and then use your chalks on top of that and see. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of gold. Much better. And I'm also going to take my black pen. Yeah, your gelatos will probably work. But again, I would experiment with pre-spraying your paper with both chalks and gelatos. Okay, black pen. I'm going to highlight my timepieces. Good night, Miss Stacy. Show us your progress. We're getting close to 10, got about 15 minutes to go. Oh, good, Stace. Good. And what I'm doing, guys, is good night, Miss Pearl. Zoom in. Zoom in. Is I'm going to go through and just highlight this black just a little bit. A little bit tedious to do that. Teeny tiny lines. But oh my gosh, the effect is beautiful. Oh man, guys, look at that watch piece. Please, please, please don't be afraid to enhance with your black. I do it all the time. And then I'm going to take my narrow Tombow eraser and erase in the center of my blue. And I hope that you can see the effect I've got of that center timepiece. Zoom out. Zoom out. Look at that. And then the very last thing that I'm going to do on this little watch. Now, I may go back and do the numerals. We'll see. You just got to have a really steady hand to do that. And a couple of lines to indicate we've got glass. Zoom in. So I've got it right there and right there. How cool is that? Okay guys, I'm going to call it an evening as well. About at that time. Let me clean up my spot. Zoom out. What do you think? Zoom out. Zoom out. There you go. So I only need to touch up a couple things. I need to color in my fox. I need to finish up my gold. I think that's basically it. Quite a comprehensive piece. And don't forget my announcement about Marjorie Sarnat, working on getting her in here. I'm so excited. I think you'll like meeting her, and we'll have some fun. All right, guys. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Thank you for all the thank yous. You're welcome. My pleasure. I think we're in really good shape with this piece. I hope you had fun watching. All right, guys, mighty night. All right, guys. Piece. I really did have a lot of fun doing it for you. Joyous, joyous coloring, guys. You have a great rest of the evening. We'll see you tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Oh, thanks for the hugs, Maddie. All right, guys, take care. Bye.